Hi everyone, my name is Risha. Today is the 11th of June 2023 and we'll be going over my prediction for Tesla. Before getting into the video, I'd like to make the important disclaimer that this video is meant completely for educational purposes and it is unadvised to take a trade based solely off of this information, since markets are subject to risk and result in hefty losses if uninformed positions are taken, and a financial advisor should be consulted before doing so. We'll cover the monthly, weekly, and finally the daily charts, and I'll give my final overview of Tesla's prediction for this week. So let's get into it. The monthly charts are very interesting. As we can see, we have a very long-term downward trend line, and the market has been going down for the past year, or a bit more than a year actually. Then we have this strong downwards rally. Then we saw a little bit of an upwards correction. Here the market went down again, and we saw the break of the trend line and even this long-term resistance line of 233.98. As the market is currently above it, we can't predict on the month of June yet, but as for the moment, we are at 244.40, which is significantly above the resistance level. Also, something interesting to note here is the RSI average has now been crossed upwards by the RSI. This is a very bullish signal, similar to when price action crosses the moving average or a moving average crosses another moving average from below. So that's all we can gain from the monthly charts, a very bullish outlook for Tesla. Next, let's move on to the weekly charts. Now, here's where things get a little bit more interesting. We've had a very phenomenally strong bullish rally, and even this week we have an extremely strong green body candle, which in itself would be a very bullish signal. However, one thing to be wary of is that the market is extremely close and it's actually crossed the top band of the Bollinger Band, which in general causes a reversal of the market until and unless the bands expand very rapidly. As we can see, the bands were pretty constricted until now and have not yet expanded to accommodate the break of the top band. So it is important to be a bit wary as to what trades you take for Tesla this week. However, the monthly charts and the weekly charts do have a bullish outlook. Technically otherwise, since the RSI is going up, supporting the upward movement so far. It's not overbought, but it's just important to be wary that the Bollinger Band can result in a downward reversal. So instead of just saying that the market is up this week, will be up this week like last week, as I clearly stated that the market would go upwards, which we can see is completely the case for this week, it's important to take a little bit more of a measured approach. Also, something to know is that this week is very data heavy, since the Fed interest rate decisions at the FOMC press conferences can have a significant impact on the market. So that is another thing to know, which is why we should have a slightly larger range to trade with. And let's go to the daily charts to conclude the technical analysis for Tesla. We can see that the market has gone extremely far upwards and even broken this resistance of 233. But we can see that the RSI has crossed the overbought zone and is currently in the overbought zone, with the average also being above the overbought zone. So this can result in a downward movement in Tesla. We can see that the market has stayed above the overbought zone for the week, but it's just started to decline. And we also have to take into consideration the data that's coming out this week, which could rapidly affect the course of Tesla's price action. As we can see, it's been on the wires of the Bollinger Band, so it can result in a downward movement at any moment. So what do we do in this case? So we take a slightly larger trading range and we wait for it to be broken. So obviously the high that we're waiting to break is the high of the last candle at 252.42. Now the low we want to break can't be the low of this candle, since it is significantly lower, too close to the current price. So either we can wait for the high of this candle to be broken, or we take the immediate resistance, which is the best next support point to look for, at 233.98. So we have the resistance to look for at the high of this candle at 252.42 and the support at 233.98. So we wait for either one to be broken and we take an action as soon as the price closes above or below specified point, and we take the directional view that side. So this concludes my video for Tesla, and it's my prediction for the week. But as a side note, it is important to be a little bit wary this week and at least wait for data to come out before taking a position, since the market can rapidly change direction due to the events that will occur on June 14th and June 15th. So I'll see you next week, and we'll make the next prediction for Tesla, and we'll go from there.